So, to kick off this week's Thanksgiving series, let's talk about stuffing, that warm, seasoned, carb filled goodness we cram into turkeys once a year and call it a tradition. Well, believe it or not, stuffing has been around a lot longer than Thanksgiving, like ancient world longer. The earliest recorded version of stuffing goes all the way back to ancient Rome, around the 2nd century CE. A Roman chef named Apicius, basically the Anthony Bourdain of the Roman Empire, wrote one of the first surviving cookbooks, and in it, he casually listed stuffing recipes. Not for turkeys, but for dormice, rabbits, pigs, chickens. Yes, you heard that correctly, stuffed dormice. And if that doesn't scream elite dinner party, I don't know what does, besides mermaids and poor surviving influencers getting snatched. Anyways, the Romans weren't just filling meat for flavor, they were actually solving a practical problem. Stuffing kept meats moist while roasting over open fires. As time went on, the idea spread across Europe. And in medieval kitchens, anything you stuffed was called farce, from the French word farce, meaning to stuff or fill. Sorry if I butchered that. That same root later gave us the word farce, as in comedy, because medieval cooks would insert funny little jokes between religious performances and call them stuffed plays. So yes, stuffing and humor are linguistically cousins. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, stuffing started evolving from a survival technique to an art form. Rich families used ingredients like spices from trade routes, dried fruits, nuts, fresh herbs, and stale bread. Bread wasn't just because it was cheap, it was very absorbent, soaking up juices and fat like a savory sponge of happiness. Fast forward to the 1600s and the age of colonists coming to North America. Wild turkeys were plentiful, and roasting large birds became a practical solution for feeding a large crowd. Colonists continued the European tradition, stuffing the cavity with whatever was available: breadcrumbs, root vegetables, onions, herbs, sometimes oysters, which my husband does all the time, and we're having it this Thanksgiving. But here's where stuffing really cemented itself: Thanksgiving. The first formal American Thanksgiving menu in the 1800s started mentioning stuffing consistently, and by the mid-20th century, it wasn't just a side dish, it was a holiday requirement. Recipes appeared in every major cookbook from Fannie Farmer to Julia Child, adding their own regional flair. Then comes the 1970s, and with it, inventions of box stuffing mix. Yes, we're talking stovetop, developed by the home economic named Ruth Syme, who cracked the code on how to make breadcrumbs absorb broth evenly. Her idea transformed stuffing from a once-year ritual into a weeknight side dish people could make in 5 minutes. It was innovation, it was convenience, and it helped make stuffing a year-round staple. So why is stuffing so wildly popular still to this day? Because it checks every human comfort box: warm, soft, savory, carb-heavy, and nostalgic. And if you want more content like this, make sure to follow along for my Thanksgiving series.